is Chell. My pronouns are they, them, theirs. I'm currently a first-year physics major in UCI. And a fun fact, I like to do creative writing as my hobby.
My name is Hannah Diaz-Levi, she, her, hers. I'm a second-year East Asian Cultures major. A fun fact, my family used to foster dogs. I'm a CSL volunteer.
Hello, my name is Jordan Akanishi. I'm a fourth year and I'm the video production intern at CSL. My pronouns are she, her, hers. And fun fact, I just recently learned how to make TikTok whipped coffee, Dalgona coffee. It's really good and I've been drinking it every day.
Hello, my name is Leslie. I am at CSL as an engagement intern. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and a fun fact is that I collected quarters when I was younger, collected them by state with my dad, and that was our favorite activity to do together.
Hello, my name is Yanisa Lopez. I'm a first-year Criminology Law and Society major. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and a fun fact, it's hard. I could bake some delicious cheesecake.
Can you tell us a little bit about your position at Center for Student Leadership and why you chose to be part of this CSL team?
For fall quarter, I actually decided to participate in 3 different classes. I'll start with Connect at UCI. I decided to be part of this because I knew coming in I was going to be living in an apartment instead of the dorms. And so I really wanted a way for me to meet other students that are first years that I wouldn't necessarily have if I were in the dorms. And I just thought that the whole student mentoring program was really cool to meet upperclassmen and see their advice and their experiences and just to make connections with them through the class as well. And so I signed up. And I actually really liked the class a lot. I made really good friends through there, and we had like this thing where we would, after class every Thursday night, we would go eat together at the eatery and then just like hang out and stuff. And so I made pretty good friends, and everyone was really friendly. And it got me out of my shell more, just to see other people. And the discussions were also pretty helpful because the mentors told me about their experiences in classes and just little tips that I should keep in mind when registering or going to office hours and all that. With Thrive at UCI is the second class I took. That one was also very helpful because I learned a lot about the different resources at UCI. I'm a first generation student, so I don't really have much guidance in how to do college. And so it was just really a good way for me to learn about the things that are available for students on campus and to also meet other students who want to get connected to these resources too. And learn a little bit about the Cross-Cultural Center because the staff that taught it were part of the Cross-Cultural Center too. And with the last class I took was Healthy Masculinity. I'd say that was really a powerful class in my experience because I personally identify as non-binary in my gender. And so it was very interesting to come into a space where it was mostly masculine presenting people talking about their experiences with toxic masculinity and how it has affected them and like what they want to do to embrace healthy masculinity and all that. And then we learned things such as gender identity development and different representations in media of masculinity. And just like it was really interesting because a lot of that stuff also applied to me in my upbringing in my gender identity development. And it was just also a very productive space to have conversations with everyone else and their experiences, and then just to like what can we learn from this and how can we go beyond that. And the 2 people who taught that were Mike and Josh, and they were also like really inviting, and they were also very they just embodied healthy masculinity, and it was really cool.
I'm a CSL volunteer in the CSL volunteer program with 6 other, there's 6 of us in the group, volunteers, and we just assist the interns, and we have like our own mentors, but we also just kind of float around and we help with anything we can. And then we also have like our own projects as a group. I decided to join the space like as a volunteer because I was a SWAP staffer the year before, so like last summer, and I really enjoyed the CSL space, and I thought it was like a really, like they stood for things that I really I felt were like values that I also had. So I wanted to try to be a part of more of the inside of the space, like actually work in the office. And at the time when I was trying to find positions in the office, like the applications were out for a volunteer, and I was like, oh, that'd be cool, like a first step into trying new things and working like in an office.
So as a video production intern, I pretty much just take videos of kind of what is the behind the scenes of CSL. So whether that's like planning for events or kind of attending any of like the workshops that we do or the events that we put on, and just kind of getting that like glimpse into who we are and then showing that to other folks on campus. And I actually hadn't really heard too much of CSL before I applied, besides the fact that they did SPOT. But when I had looked further into them, like I really liked their values. Like I looked at, they had a solid like 8 values, and a lot of them that I felt like aligned with my own. Like I remember authenticity and like vulnerability really stood out to me, and those are things that I think I really learned during my time at UCI. And I was like, okay, like I slowly kind of learned more about myself and like how to be vulnerable. So I really like that CSL like very proudly also showed those values. So yeah, those are the things that kind of attracted me to CSL when I was applying.
And I was interviewing through the admin intern program. I felt like a really good sense from Andrea, who interviewed me at the time, and I thought she was very motivating. I just loved coming into the office and seeing the bright colors and the people there. It felt very welcoming. So I knew that when I got the opportunity to choose what internship I wanted to do, I definitely kept that in mind as a place where I felt like I could really become more confident in myself and grow as a person, while also fulfilling other duties and exercising other transferable skills that I would like to practice more and acquire in greater sense. And a little bit about what I do is more group-based work, where I work with other departments not within CSL. So over the fall quarter, I got to work with other departments within SLL, which is Center for Student Life and Leadership, and working with like sorority and fraternity life, campus organization programs, as well as SOAR. So we put on this conference, and it was a lot of like administrative skills where we had to have meetings with pro staff, but it was also a lot of internal things with the students or the members that I was working with, where we would just formulate marketing plans and marketing material on campus so it was a very big aspect. It wasn't just in the Center for Student Leadership, but it was through the whole school. So I thought that was very cool.
At the Center for Student Leadership, I'm one of 6 volunteers, and I work alongside my mentor Ish with recognition and relationship building. So what we do is that I help Ish recognize like leaders around UCI that are nominated by their friends, and we just help, celebrate their leadership, what they've done around the campus, and like we make posters about them and like post a picture of them on our website. And I chose to be a part of CSL because I saw the opportunity to get to know myself a little better and see like what my potential was and how I could grow as a leader and use my knowledge to spread what I've learned, and hopefully others can follow the same step and they can lead too.
Can you talk more about the events and resources that you have used or have done as part of the Center for Student Leadership family?
So I'm going to go ahead and screen share and show you all one of the main platforms that my position uses, and my position keeps updated. So this was created by, I believe, Mike Knox, and at the moment Andrea from CSL works on it. So it's basically called, it's part of the Center for Student Leadership, and it's called the Ant Leader Search Engine, or ACE. So as you can see here, it's basically to help students find leadership positions tailored specifically to their needs and desires. I definitely really like to recommend this to upcoming first years, second years, if they are very confused as to what they want to do within UCI. UCI is very big, and there's a lot of opportunities out there for students. So I feel like once you get into more your junior, senior level status, you're more familiar with the resources that UCI offers, and it becomes a little bit more easier to divide what you want to do and what you don't want to do. So for example, right here, we have UCI Mesa-Court student staff position as one of the upcoming opportunities. What I also find very cool about this is that you can actually also submit your own opportunities right here if you click on the bottom button. So this will get approved by pro staff, and you can basically just, if you find an opportunity through like a newsletter or something, you can go ahead and submit it here. A lot of the opportunities that you do see here are basically coming from various newsletters around different campuses, different campus organizations. So it's a very good way to kind of formulate everything together and have it under one spot. So definitely recommend checking this out. You can also check out advanced settings, and you can really like look for something that you're very interested in, as well as look for areas that you want to practice more. We also have lists of the different programs that put these events on, and divisions, and just organizations within UCI. So I think it's very cool.
I used like Division of Career Pathways as a resource because I was really confused in terms of how to even get internships and how to even apply to jobs. So that was really scary. So I think like being able to go in and then ask them about like what even my interests were, and then having them kind of reassure me, being like, it's okay, everyone goes through this. And then kind of having them tweak my resume and then show me like how to use LinkedIn properly really helped propel me into like resources and applying for jobs and applying for internships. So I think that helped a lot to even getting to like where I am now in terms of applying for jobs in CSL. For CSL, I know at the beginning of the year we have like the Ant Leader search engine, because I know that I think Leslie works on that. So I remember looking at that during first quarter, kind of seeing like what kind of opportunities were out there. So I really like that. That's a really cool resource to kind of just streamline all those opportunities into one place. Cheating, but I work at SOAR, so that's been a really huge resource for me to just like network with other people. And I mean, they have like so many cool events. Like they put on events for like financial aid. Like we did a financial aid workshop a few months ago, and then they also have a lot of workshops just about like identity. And yeah, I really appreciate SOAR, and then just having them do other resources like printing or like having food. So I appreciate that a lot too. And then I know CSL also has like food, which I really appreciate because I do be hungry.
So one thing that CSL really promotes is like teamwork, like team building and like group work. And then me and the other volunteers alongside with like the interns, we worked on socials, like the Valentine's Day social, the Halloween social, and we help not like volunteer at the UCI community fair. And then we could either volunteer at the Ant Leadership Summit, or we can attend it. And I attended the Ant Leadership Summit, and it was through there where like it was very eye-opening, and like seeing what they have to say about being a leader. And also like you get like with that you get introduced to other opportunities that you can apply to.
As part of the CSL team, one of the resources that I used was I was a mentor in the Connect at UCI class. And I really enjoyed that experience. I got to be a mentor to two mentees, and I had a co-mentor. And I really enjoyed being able to like build that connection with two freshmen and like show them around UCI, like get to know them, but also like work with my co-mentor, because it helped me like build like one-on-one like team skills while also like helping freshmen, which I thought was like really, really awesome. And there was also like the class aspect every Thursday that I thought was really awesome, because I was able to meet everybody that was in the class, like all the mentees, like not just my own, and I got to bond with them too. And I think that's really awesome. I still talk to my mentees even though the class is over, and like they can still ask me questions, and I just feel like makes me feel helpful, and like I'm glad that I can like give back in that way.
What is your favorite memory as an intern at CSL?
One of my favorite memories that kind of immediately comes to mind was, I think it was a Halloween party. I don't know if it was like the block party or the ACRC block party, but it was one of the block parties that we had in the beginning of the quarter. And I remember like, I think Kay had sent out like a form that was like, hey, like if you want to help out, like here's a list of things that you can do. And then I signed up for a couple of things because I had time. And I don't know, it was really fun. Like I really liked that. We all kind of, a bunch of us came together, whether it's interns and pro staff, and then we like just like hung out and helped out. And then it was like the beginning of the year, so we were still like meeting people. And then I was getting honestly, I didn't get as many shots as I wanted to because I was like just having a good time. So I kind of forgot to film as much as I should have. But it was really fun. And I'm really glad that I could meet like students and get to know just like the pro staff and like other interns more. So it was just fun. We were just like playing games and eating food. And yeah, so that's like one of my first memories of CSL, but also one of like my most prominent.
I really enjoyed talking to Andrea throughout basically this whole year, the end of the year basically, and we still keep talking even though we are going remote. We talk once a week and our conversations are just so random, but they're still fun, and I look forward to them every week. So I definitely think walking into the office, specifically her office, was probably one of my favorite moments, where I always felt like I could be myself and I was goofy, and I just really liked the way she empowered me to do what I thought was right. And if I was sometimes down on myself, she would tell me not to do that. So definitely think being able to grow in confidence and growing in just my ability to communicate with others through talking to her was probably my best memory.
Being a volunteer is we have like meetings every Friday, or we did when we were in person, but we got to meet every Friday and we meet every Tuesday now, and like being able to see like all 6 of us just in a group being able to like hang out, and every week we had like different like lessons about like the values of the CSL. And I remember last quarter we had our lesson about innovation, and we each had to like get this random object and like sell it for what it wasn't. And like that was like, it was a really good bonding moment because all 6 of us, like we're all friends, but we're all like kind of nervous, and we had to like really act it up with like these objects that weren't really what they were. And I just remember like we were laughing the entire time while also like getting the creative juices flowing, and it was really, really fun. And like Eunice slammed the wall with the punching bag. Like it was really, really funny.
One favorite memory I have from Connect at UCI is after class, my friends that I made in the class, we decided to go eat at the Eatery and hang out and all that. And we had a really good time. I think it was a Hawaiian theme night or something, so they had really good spam musubi and all that. So after we ate at the Eatery, we went to some of my friends' dorms, and then I got introduced to like their roommates and all that. And then after that, we just started watching anime together, and then it was nighttime, and then I remember riding my bike home, and it was really cold, but I was still really happy because I still made some friends. So it was nice. That would be my favorite memory. Thrive at UCI. I'd say my favorite memory was honestly the time where we did self-care that one week. So they had some guest speakers come in, and they were just talking about how to take care of your mental health and maybe like your physical health too, with midterms coming up and just navigating college in general. It could be easy to kind of neglect those kind of things. And so they were talking about that, and then we just had a workshop where we got to draw things, like color stuff on paper, or like play with Play-Doh just to relax a little bit. And we got into little groups and we created posters where we just listed things that make us feel appreciated, or just things that are part of our communication style, and just an act of self-care and listing things that we value. And then we presented it to the class, and I thought it was really cool because I met other people in the group who had like similar values and maybe different communication styles and all that, but we all had a good time filling out like things that we did that took care of ourselves.
My favorite memory for being a volunteer and part of CSL, and also being part of the Connect program, has definitely been meeting new people and like building new friendships. And you like especially the mentors, which are upperclassmen. I'm really like glad I got close to some, because like they have helped me get through my first year, and like they give me advice, and like I learn from them as well as they also learn from me. So it's definitely like I'm really glad I got to join. And like for me, something big for me is like definitely having a strong support system, and CSL definitely provides that.
What advice would you give to incoming or outgoing students?
You don't have to find your place like instantly, but like when you come into just the space of like UCI in general, like it's really nice to like try different things. Like don't be afraid to like apply to different things and see what suits you. Like, cause you know, I came into UCI like not knowing like what I wanted to do at all. I was kind of like, I was kind of lame in high school. I really didn't do anything, like, and then I was like meeting people that were like ASB president or like top of the class and everything, and I was kind of just like I was low-key lame. So like and it made me feel bad about myself, but I kind of just learned through just like all the experiences I've had at like the CSL and everything, that like I can just be my own person, and through doing that like I'm empowered to like be a better leader. And I feel like that's something that like incoming freshmen should know, is don't be afraid to just like try to do new things, try to become a leader. Like it's really rewarding once you've fulfilled that role.
To not be afraid to put yourself out there, even if you think that, you know, you're not like others, like, oh my god, I'm not like as outgoing as them, or like I don't have like the same traits as her. Like don't, like just go for it, because that's how I was. Like before coming into college, I didn't like think I would be doing like so many things, and like when I explain like what I've been doing to other like upperclassmen, they tell me like, wow, like, and I was in your position, I didn't really do much till like my third or second year. So it definitely feels great to hear those affirmations, and just go out there and like apply to different things, and just like you'll have fun.
What advice I would give to incoming students? I would say that there's no perfect time for you to start something. Like, I don't think there's ever enough preparation for you to ever feel like you're completely ready for something new. I'd say the moment that you step foot on campus, unless it's remote, but we don't talk about that. The moment that you step into UCI as a new student, I would say that you're definitely good enough for whatever you want to try, and just go out there and try it. Even if you might not have the same experiences as upperclassmen, you know, being there longer than you, you still can find a way to do whatever you want to do and rack up experiences if you are afraid that you might not have enough. And just be very proactive, I would say, because that's really how I get into the different opportunities that I do. So there's no perfect timing, and just be proactive and put yourself out there, and then just do what you have to do, because you're already here. You don't have to wait until a certain time to do something. Just do it now.
I feel like it's very like common, everyone says this, but definitely get out of your comfort zone and do things that make you happy, and that you see that you see display transferable skills, whether it's you learning how to do teamwork. It could be something so random, like it could be something fun. I know dance teams are very popular here, so it could be something fun, but you know that you're doing something that is helping your communication skills or just your ability to talk to people. So doing something like that, and always, I think, pay attention to what people around you are doing and what they're kind of structuring their college life through. If you're a first generation student and you've never had that in your family, then looking at other people in the same grade as you or like year and what they're doing helps a lot. You never want to compare yourself to them, but you want to see things that they're doing and kind of make it adaptable to things that you want to do and you're interested in. So definitely look at the people around you and do things early on in your college career that you maybe think that you would not enjoy, but just try it out and see what you feel about it. And also make a LinkedIn early on too.
One really big piece of advice that I took away these past 4 years is to just like, if you have an inkling to go for something, like there's no harm in applying and just going for it, because you never know. There's like nothing to lose to just applying to things and like trying to build connections. And even if like maybe you don't get the position in the end, then you still get a really valuable experience out of it. So yeah, I definitely just say like, just if you want to do something interests you even a little bit, to go for it, because that's like, I think just trying things and going for it.
Is there anything else you would like to share about CSL or your experience in general at UCI?
So like, I'm very proud of myself, for putting myself out there along with the people I've worked with, because it's really nice seeing them grow as well, seeing myself grow, because like I said before, I didn't think I'd be doing a lot of things my first year, So I just like, hopefully I can continue with this and, like share my knowledge with others.
I would like to say that I think being involved with CSL is really, really cool. It's actually something I kind of missed in my winter quarter because I didn't really have much time to do that. But my fall quarter, it's just such an amazing community that supports you and that really empowers you to do things with other students and just to like put yourself out there and do a lot of things that are really fun too, and to feel connected to other people at the school, I'd say. So CSL, if you're ever thinking about like maybe taking a class here or doing a leadership opportunity, I'd say definitely go for it. I'm not the most outgoing person either, but I still try to like put myself out there, and you'll find a community of people that can relate to you really, and that you can connect with and have meaningful conversations with. So that's my experience there. And with UCI in general, I'd say, again, always put yourself out there to meet other people and to make those connections. Honestly, it is just a matter of prioritizing your time in a way where you can like put in the time, maybe even just a little bit, like every now and then, but at least just a little bit to help yourself feel connected, because it could be easy to not feel connected if you don't like reach out to people. So I'd say UCI, it's a very supportive environment once you put yourself out there, pretty much. Yeah.
As a CSL intern, it wasn't really what I expected in a good way, because like the pro staff was definitely very different from a lot of different spaces that I've been in on campus. Like I like that CSL pro staff truly genuinely cares about students, and like they just ask like, have you eaten, or like how are you, and if you've gotten enough sleep. And I just feel like they really care for us as students, and I like that they put us first and encourage us to take any opportunities that we can, and also like mentor us throughout the year. I think that's really cool. And then I really like just like our intern team. I feel like it's like a safe space to just talk about social issues or things that we don't really talk about outside of that space. And it's just like, I never really felt, I guess, ashamed to show that I didn't know a lot about something, because it was just like a safe little communal space, and I really appreciate that. So yeah.
Or I think the importance of getting work experience, both professional and just like community service, early on in your college careers. So definitely making sure that you are quickly first year, second year, not hurrying, but like building up your resume in terms of like things that you want to do. It can be like group and like clubs, but it can also be like more professional work in your field that you're interested in. So definitely say early on, making sure that you're prioritizing your resume and taking internships or any type of volunteer work over the summer, making sure you're doing something with your summers every summer, and making sure that you are communicating with people and talking early on with professionals, because when you get out of college, then you're going to need a really but a good resume that has multiple things that display who you are as a person and what values you hold to yourself.
At UCI, just everything is really like, everyone's really different, everyone's really awesome. About the CSL, I think that it's one of those places that's like really unknown, or no one really knows like what it's for and everything. Like everyone thinks it's just for spot, but like there's all those other like workshops that they have that I feel like should be more recognized, and I know now we're like trying to have more like more events and stuff going on. So just I would say to everybody that they should like come check out the CSL, see what it's like, apply for a position, enjoy the space.